Welcome back, everybody, for episode 5, week 5 of Hit the Books podcast. We're here with myself, Jesse Cox, Michael Mackey, and Tyler Huffenegger. We're here to break down everything in week 5 for you this week. Say hello to everyone, boys.
What's going on, boys? We're excited to be back for another week of the podcast. Let's get going.
Yeah, let's get right to it. Make some more money this weekend. 2-1 on the team card last weekend. The individuals were looking good. I'm excited to keep things rolling going into week 5. Let's see what we can do here.
I love the enthusiasm, Huff. You guys ready to jump in?
Let's do it.
Let's get at it.
All right, let's do it. We're jumping in with the first game. We are looking at the Los Angeles Rams at the Seattle Seahawks. It is our first game here on Thursday at 8:20 p.m. We are looking at the Rams favored at -2.5. Money line at -142 and the over-under at 54.5. Anybody got something good to say about this one?
I'll start us off on this game. As a Seahawks fan, they haven't looked too good this year. 500 on the year. They lost to Minnesota, not really a prominent team, but I can see the Rams coming out strong in this game. Even in Seattle Thursday night, I think all the lights are bright in prime time. I think the Rams come out strong. I think the defense is able to shut down Russ and Metcalf and the guys on the offensive side of the ball for Seattle. And I think with that happening, I don't see Seattle's defense stopping the LA offense too much. So give me Rams -2.5. If you're an over-unders guy, I like the over in this game personally, but not an over-unders guy. Give me Rams -2.5.
Yeah, the Rams coming off a loss. I don't think they're going to lose 2 games in a row. That defense is just too strong for that Seattle offense. I think Russell Wilson's going to have a tough day.
I got a tweet from Joe Osborne here, kind of a trend here. Following a loss under Sean McVay, the Rams are 15-5 straight up and 13-6-1 against the spread. They're also on an 8-2-1 against the spread tear, following a loss when going 7-1 against the spread in their last 8 primetime games. And sitting at 2.5 here, I'm liking the Rams on a Thursday nighter in Seattle.
All good signs.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, so Rams -2.5 looks good here. Next up, we got the Jets and the Falcons. Falcons coming in at -3 and -164 money line. The over-under is 46.5, and this game's also being played in London at 9:30 in the morning, so that comes into play a little.
London.
Jesse, what do you think here?
I don't know, man. This is just a weird one. Again, played in London. I'm not even sure what to think. Again, like you said, an early game. 2 teams I don't want to bet on.
Completely different atmosphere, too.
Absolutely. The only trends that I got are all for Atlanta, and they're all kind of not great. Atlanta's 6-15 against the spread in their last 21 games as a favorite. Atlanta is 5-2 straight up in their last 7 games against New York, and they're 3-5-1 against the spread in their last 9 games against New York. So I'm liking.
I got a little stat for this game.
Go ahead, Huff.
Since the NFL had begun heading to London in 2007, the favorites are 17-10 against the spread in London, 26-1 straight up on the money line, and the over/under is 13-4 or 13-14 with the over being 13.
Those are insane stats. 26-1.
26-1.
Wow.
That is an insane stat.
Not 26, 20-6-1.
Oh, okay. Well, that just...
There has been a tie in London.
That's funny.
Interesting.
Imagine their one game of the year. It's a tie.
A tie in London. I really don't know what to take on this game. I don't want to touch it. It's definitely not going to be on the team card. Definitely on my individual card. Not on my individual card. You guys got anything good?
It's just 2 teams that you never bet on. It's not even worth it. If anything, Falcons win this game.
I see both of those opinions being very valid. I was thinking this morning when I woke up, I like the Jets +3. I turn around, look at these stats and these trends. I don't know if it's fully going to put me on the Falcons, but I think I like Falcons come out on top. 3, I could see that 3 pushing. So, I mean, no matter which way you go, if it pushes, you're getting your money back. But I think the safe bet, if you really want to get a pick here, is Falcons money line.
Do you think it's going to move to 3.5 in the Falcons' favor? It's sitting at 115 now.
I can see it going to 3.5 before it goes to 2.5.
I agree. All right, let's move forward. We got the Philadelphia Eagles at the Carolina Panthers. We got the Carolina Panthers favored at -3.5. Money line at minus 188 and the over-under sitting at 44.5. I like the Eagles here. Plus, I'm not sure what you guys are thinking. I'd like to hear it, though.
This is a tough game because that Eagles defense is so inconsistent. You can trust Jalen Hurts to put up points. You just can't trust that defense to get any stops. I like Eagles plus 3.5 here. Don't know if I would touch it, but...
Huff, did you say someone's out for the Panthers?
The McCaffrey, he's looking to be questionable. He returned to practice this week.
He won't play.
Yeah, I'm trying to find out if there's any update on if he's playing or not. I don't think he's going to play. I mean, another thing going for the Panthers, we'll talk about that big addition today, Gilmore. I think Panthers, I mean, they were a paper champion team at 3-0. Now they're sitting at 3-1 they lost last week, if I'm correct? Yeah. So Panthers are 3-1. They just added one of the best corners in the league. They're looking to get one of the best running backs back. I think the Panthers are better than I thought they were. 3.5 against the Eagles. I'll take 3.5. I can see the Panthers winning this game 28-17.
You got to look at that strength of schedule, though.
Yeah, for sure. You gotta look for things. But I'm talking this week. They're playing Philly. There's not much strength of schedule there.
Yeah, but the Cowboys were the first good team that the Panthers played. They played three awful teams before that. Just doesn't show too much strength.
I said the same thing about the Broncos. Broncos played 3 shitty teams. They were 3-0. It didn't prove anything to me. I think Darnold looks good this year.
Darnold does look good. I'll give him that.
He looks like a whole new player compared to what he was in New York. Like, looks like it wasn't even the system. Like, he literally looks like he just cares a lot more.
It's what an offensive line will do.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep moving forward with the Miami Dolphins at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We got another 1 o'clock game here. We got the Bucs coming in at minus 10. The money line at minus 480 and the over-under at 47.5. Do we like the Bucs minus 10 here, boys?
I have a theory on this game. Tom Brady doesn't play good against the Dolphins in Miami, also in December.
It's in Tampa Bay.
Any other time he's playing the Dolphins, they absolutely murder them. That is why the spread is set at 10. It should be like 8.5, but it's set at 10. I don't like it. I don't love it. I would go and lean towards Tampa Bay minus 10. I cannot bet against them, especially seeing – I mean, I'm not saying Dolphins look bad. Dolphins look good last week. They look good throughout the season. I just don't like their defense's ability to keep up with Tampa Bay. I think Tampa Bay easily hangs 10 on them and wins by 10.
Yeah, Dolphins also don't have Tua right now still.
Exactly. I'm not – and, like, Brissett's a good player. I hate to hate on him because, like, he's the most average plug-in player. Like, put it this way. If Jacoby Brissett's your team's backup quarterback, you're not mad about that.
I mean, yeah, you are because he's not winning games.
But, like, in Miami this year. But look at him last year in Indianapolis, the year before that, where I forget where he was at. He's one of those guys. He's like Foles. He just comes in. He's all right as a starter. He's not going to win every game. He's not Tom Brady, but.
Yeah, I like Bucs minus 10 here. I think they can blow them out by 20, but they didn't look very good last week.
This is like a 38-10 game. Could be, yeah.
So do you think over 47.5 with your 38-10 prediction sitting at 48 there, Huff?
I hate that I just said 38-10 and that's what the fucking over-under said at.
Because I know you didn't do that math.
Dude, I didn't even look at the over-under. I just said 38-10 off the top of my head.
Then you don't like the over or the under because it's literally a half point.
Yeah, at that, I don't like it even more.
Scary stuff.
Don't touch this game.
Yeah, too scary.
Bucs win.
Yeah, that's my best betting advice for this game would be to not bet on this game.
Yeah, Bucs win. That's it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, there's a free parlay booster at Bucs money line.
Exactly. All right, let's move forward to the New Orleans Saints at the Washington football team. We got the New Orleans Saints favored at minus 2.5. Money line at minus 132 and the over-under set at 44.5. The Saints are 11-2 straight up in their past 13 seasons on the week before a bye week. So, they're ready for that bye week. Do we think they're gonna?
Can you repeat that stat? They're basically undefeated the week before the bye week.
Yeah, 11-2 straight up in the past 13 years.
That's Drew
Brees before a bye week.
That's Drew Brees.
You're right. I did not think of that before I put this stat in there. The past 6 games between these clubs, the overs hit. You're right. Another kind of Drew Brees stat there, but Do we see some potential here in New Orleans, or do we like the football team on the plus?
Yeah, last week I liked Washington. They were playing Atlanta. I liked their money line. It was right around, I think it was even. I could have got it at minus 108. I ended up not taking it. I had a bunch of other stuff in play, being at the Steeler game and stuff. This week, personally, I like the Saints. I like the minus 2.5, win by the field goal. I don't know how many more weeks Washington's going to be running with Heineke. I don't know the state of Fitzpatrick, but I actually think they're a better team with Heineke at quarterback than Fitzpatrick. But I still like Jameis to go into Washington and get the job done by a field goal.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you here, Huff. I think Washington's gonna win. I think the Saints are overrated, honestly. I think Washington will, at home, you're getting points. I think you got to take Washington plus 2.5 here. What I really like is the over 44.5. Washington's defense is overrated. They've given up way too many points this year. 44.5 is a low over/under, so I like the over here.
Like I said with my trend, the past 6 games here between these clubs, the over has hit. So, Mackie, I'm liking your over as well, but I am going to stay away from this game. I'm not sure what I'm thinking. Moving forward, we got the Tennessee Titans at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Yet another 1 o'clock game here with the Titans favored at minus 4.5. Money line at minus 220 and the over-under set at 48.5. Tennessee is 7-1 straight up in their last 8 games against Jacksonville. But do we like Trevor Lawrence in Jacksonville to cover the spread here? I say it every week. It's a hot topic. What do we think?
I'm going to say the same thing this week that I said 2 weeks ago. Last week was his week to cover the spread. We had them. Thursday Night Football, we had them plus 7.5 in Cincinnati. They came out strong. They were up 14-0. So they let Cincinnati come back. They ended up losing on that last second field goal. We made money on Jacksonville. This week, you will not be making money on Jacksonville plus 4.5. I like the Titans. I'm going to be buying a half point just to make it a little bit better. I'm going to go minus 4 Titans.
I think that's fair. I like buying points. I think that gives you a little bit of an edge. Mackie, what do you think?
I don't really know here. I mean, it matters which Trevor Lawrence comes out. They can play one of 2 games. They can either get steamrolled and lose by 35, or they can lose on a last-second field goal. I don't think they're going to win this game.
It also depends which Urban Meyer shows up, the football coach or the fucking stripper.
True that, right?
They're all the same. He just got caught.
Ain't that the truth?
Yeah, but Titans minus 220, a little parlay booster if you want to throw in a parlay. I don't see much value in this game here.
I really hope Trevor Lawrence, at least I think Trevor Lawrence is going to come out and play a similar game kind of as last week. I think he's going to come out strong and get a couple points, but I don't know. I like Huff's minus 4, 4.5, that half point. It's scary, just like always.
24-19 Titans.
That would be ideal for you, wouldn't it?
And that would hit 4.5.
True.
But I'm buying 4 because I'd rather 4.
All right, Huff says 24-19. Lock it in.
That's 1 touchdown and what is that? 4 field goals for all the boys?
Yeah, you're pushing there.
I literally could see Jacksonville doing that. 19, put up some stupid number, maybe 16. 19's aggressive.
16, you're looking good. All right, next we got the Detroit Lions at the Minnesota Vikings. We got the Vikings favored at minus 8.5 points. The over-under set at 49.5 and the money line at minus 400. Minnesota is 2-9 against the spread in their last 11 games. They've failed to cover the spread in the last 6 times as a favorite. And they're 19-4 straight up in their last 23 games at home against Detroit. So that's a big, long, all-time stat there. Detroit's 1-10 straight up in their last 11 games and 0-7 straight up, 1-6 against the spread in their last 7 games against Minnesota. So not playing well at all against Minnesota. 2 rough teams here. I don't like touching either of these teams, especially with that 8.5. Anybody got something good to say?
I think I've bet against the Vikings every single week this year. And with that spread bet that you said, they're like 2 or 0-6 in their last couple spread bets. They're finding a way to make me sweat every single one of them out. And they did cover this year. They covered at the Cardinals because we had Cardinals minus 3.5. Cardinals beat them by 1. So, yeah, we've been consistently betting against the Vikings. if I was touching this game, I think I would go Lions. I don't know why, because I just keep betting against the Vikings. They're better than people think. They're not that good of a team either, but Detroit isn't. So I don't know. This is a tough game. Weird spread, two weird teams that I don't like betting on. I usually bet against these two teams, so definitely not comfortable putting money on one of them. I like the under 49.5 in Minnesota in a dome. I know that usually means over, but Kirk Cousins versus Jared Goff, there's just nothing appealing about this game at 49.5.
That is pretty high over under for two bad teams, I would say. The Vikings are just so inconsistent. You never know what you're going to get.
Dude, I swear, when the Vikings want to win games, they look like you saw them. We had Seattle money line. Seattle was up, 17-0 at halftime? 17-3,
it was like
maybe?
17, yeah, something like that. 17-7 maybe.
Minnesota had points on the board. It might have been 17-7 or 17-3. Dude, Seattle didn't score points the second half. And Minnesota came back and won. I think it was 24-17.
Yeah,
it's like if you're a team and you can score 24 in one half, I mean, if you can do that the whole game, you can be a legit team in the NFL.
Yeah, exactly.
It's hard to do. I mean, believe me, everyone knows it's hard to do. But it's like, I mean, they're capable of doing it. Like you said, they're inconsistent, but I don't know. If I had to do it, I don't know. I'm starting to second guess my lines. I'd probably go Vikings -8.5 at home.
Wow. Really?
My pick would be Detroit plus 8.5, but I'm not touching it.
Yeah, like the fact that I just jump, I would never absolutely touch anything on this game. I don't know. Literally don't even know what I like. I could see the Vikings winning by 10, or I could see the Lions winning outright. I don't think the Lions cover without winning.
Winning outright on that plus 315 money line for the Lions. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, I could. I honestly like. I mean, obviously they could lose by a touchdown, but I think it would be better off taking the money line, just shits and giggles, because I could see them winning that game. Divisional on the road. It's just like not a lot is expected of them in that game if they come out strong. I mean, Goff hasn't looked bad, but the rest of the team sucks. So it's like it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Off topic here. Jalen Smith just got signed to the Packers.
Wow.
Like right now?
Literally 2 minutes ago.
Did it say
ago.
money?
What'd you say?
Does it say money-wise? How many years?
Finalizing deal with Green Bay. Dallas shouldn't have got rid of him. That was so dumb.
Why did they? I saw something on it.
I don't know. I have no idea. Probably on drugs or something.
They said it was some bullshit excuse over his injuries and how he doesn't play. Is he not playing this year? Is he still hurt?
I'm pretty sure he hasn't played a game this year. He was like second in tackles last year, though.
I think there was some issues with him and the Cowboys medical team.
Yeah, well, he's going to the Packers.
It was kind of like when Kawhi didn't trust the Spurs type thing. I think I read something like that, but I could be wrong.
Same energy.
Yeah, like he just was like, all right, if they don't think I'm ready to play, he thinks he's ready to play. They keep telling him he's not type thing, or vice versa. You know what I mean? They're just not agreeing on anything.
Then he's going to go to Green Bay, and they're going to tell him he can't play too. And what's he going to do?
Yeah, I mean, exactly.
All right, let's get back on track here.
Yeah, we got the Packers coming up here in a few games, but first we have the Denver Broncos taking on the Steelers in Pittsburgh. We got the Steelers favored at -1.5. Money line at -112 and the over-under to 39.5. Pretty low. I got nothing on this game. Trend-wise, I don't know if I see the Steelers doing super hot. Is Ben playing? I hear they keep saying like hip injury. Tomlin's like he's the best choice.
He's playing.
I thought so.
Yeah, he's playing.
Steelers on a 3-game losing streak. Only way they win this game only reason they would win this game is because they're home. I totally
agree.
I don't think they're the better team here. They might pull this one out. I don't know. It's scary.
I want to say I can't see us being 0-4, but I didn't see us being 1-3. So I don't know. My opinion's probably not the best one to take here. I like Steelers to win. They're on a 3-game losing streak. They have to get this ship turned around. I mean, obviously everyone knows the season's going to go to waste. You go 1-4. I don't care if it's the 17th game. Season's over. You start planning for next year, especially a team like this where we have the defense. We have everything ready. We just need a couple pieces in the offensive line, the quarterback. We're ready to retool. But this game specifically, Teddy Bridgewater's out, if I'm correct.
I think.
I'll take the Steelers.
Spread or money line?
Money line. I don't want 1.5. I don't do 1.5. I don't do -1.5, and I don't do +2.5.
Interesting.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I'll take Steelers here too. Whatever.
Money line doesn't look.
I don't think Drew Lock, his first game of the year, is going to be a win on the road.
I mean, he came in last game. He did all right, but yeah, I don't see him winning the game.
Ben will throw 2 picks. It'll be literally like the same Steelers have been all year. Defense will look good. Well, they didn't look too good last week. They looked all right. But it really comes down to Ben.
All right, Packers-Bengals. The trap game of the week. Packers -3 in Cincinnati. The money line's at -164. Over under 51.5 is a high one. This has got to be a trap. Green Bay -3. I like it.
I like it a lot.
Aaron Rodgers has been playing his best football. He's back. Bengals are 3-1 though. You never know with them.
I have NFL Network on right in front of me, and it says a stat: Packers and Bengals have each scored 24+ points in 3 out of 4 games this season.
Yeah, that's such a high over-under.
And the over-under's at 51.5.
So they're basing that off each team's averages and plus a field goal to win it.
Exactly. We got Green Bay is 10-2 against the spread in their last 12 games.
How do you fade that?
I like the -3 a lot. Aaron Rodgers is going to come out swinging. Did the Bengals win last week?
They did.
Okay. Yeah, they got it. They got a loss coming for them.
Bengals are 3-1. They're
That's
playing
right.
really well.
Yeah.
Well, if this is a trap game, we're falling right into it.
And I'm okay with it.
I'm okay with it.
I'd rather die in the trap than watch from the sideline.
Can't argue with that logic. All right, moving forward, we got the New England Patriots at the Houston Texans. We got another 8.5 point spread here in favor of the Patriots. -400 on the money line, and the over-under set at 39.5. Mackie, get us rolling on this one, please.
It's such a high spread for such a low over-under. That doesn't
really make sense.
doesn't
right?
add up.
I think the other one was like that, was it not?
I don't know, what was it?
They're basically saying
They're just banking on the Texans. They're just banking on the
They're saying
Texans
the
getting
Texans
like 10
are going to
points.
score under 10.
Yeah, I was wrong.
They're basically saying the Texans are going to score under 10 points. Patriots are looking to score around 20, aka they win by 10. They just didn't want to do a 9.5 point spread.
Last 1 o'clock game of the day. I'm not sure.
Give me Texans plus 8.5. They're not going to win this game, but Patriots are not a good football team. Mac Jones did look good last week, but I think that was.
And now they don't have Stephon Gilmore. I agree.
Yeah, Texans plus 8.5. If you were to take anything.
Yeah, this is a game I won't touch. I don't like the over-under. I don't like any of the money lines. Patriots at -400 are not that safe of a parlay booster. Like, I'm not saying the Texans are going to win, but like 400, like, come on. They're also not that good. They're losing Gilmore. I don't know. I don't like this game.
And with that being said, let's move forward to the first 4 o'clock game. We've got the Chicago Bears at the Las Vegas Raiders. We got the Raiders favored at -5.5 points. The over-under set at 44.5, and the money line at -250. The Bears are 4-2 against the spread in their last 6 games against Vegas. And Vegas is 4-1 straight up in their last 5 games at home against Chicago. So, trends going both ways there. Both, 4-1, 4-2 against the spread or straight up. Do you take the favorite or do you fade the favorite?
This is a scary spread, 5.5, and the trends are going against it. I think the -250 is a nice parlay booster for the Raiders. They're probably not going to lose this game. 5.5 they may not cover, but I like the -250 money line for a parlay booster.
I was literally just thinking the same thing. I was going to say this is the definition of a game that I will be teasing with another one. Like, for example, I like the Raiders. You take 5.5 and maybe
Steelers.
I don't know. I was going to do Titans. I'm going to have Titans on my card, but like I could see myself teasing the Raiders and another team, a 2-leg teaser, and get them around -130. I don't see the Raiders losing this game. I also can see Fields covering 5.5, but I don't know that I'd bet the Bears covering. So I think I like the 250 money line in a parlay. 5.5 scary. Vegas they look good this year. Like, I don't want to say they're one of the better teams in the NFL. Like, I'd bet them to win the Super Bowl or even make it far in a playoff run. But with Josh Jacobs and when that offense is rolling, Derek Carr looks good. They got those receivers. I mean, when you can throw the ball 50 yards in the air and Ruggs is just standing out there and the closest guy is 15 yards away because he flew past them, like, I mean, it's going to work.
Yeah, you're going to get some
but
points.
Really, and their defense looks legit too. That's the thing is, like, the Raiders are so, like, they're at that tier of the NFL where you're above average, but you're not, like, elite yet because you haven't proven anything. But if they keep winning, I mean, people are going to have to start taking that team seriously.
Yeah, Raiders are a like team around the NFL. I feel like they're rooted for a lot.
I think Las Vegas is an easy place to root for. Can't go against the bookmakers, you know what I mean?
They also have some credible wins. I mean, they beat the Ravens, Steelers.
Yeah. Steelers on the road, Ravens at home. Like, yeah, it's not like they just lost. Who'd they just lose to?
Chargers.
They beat the Dolphins. Yeah, they did just lose the Chargers. I had that one. They just beat, what's it called? Miami in overtime. That's what I couldn't think of.
Chargers are good, I'm telling you.
We've been
Herbert's
riding the
playing
Raiders.
well.
We had the week 1 money line plus 180. Second week, I don't think we had anything on them. Last week we took their against the Dolphins we had them 3.5. And then last week I had the Chargers against them.
Well, that being said, let's jump into the Cleveland Browns at the Los Angeles Chargers. We got the Chargers favored at -1.5, the money line at -126, and the over/under set at 46.5. Cleveland is 6-1 against the spread in their last 7 games against the Chargers, as well as 6-1 against the spread in their last 7 road games. But LA is 7-1 against the spread in their last 8 games. So a lot of, they're all doing well against the spread. We've got 2 teams here, -1.5. Money line's looking pleasing.
Browns don't look too good. They played the Vikings last week, only put up 14 points. Baker Mayfield looked pretty awful in my opinion. And the Chargers are rolling. Justin Herbert looks like he could be an MVP candidate this year. -1.5 at home. Give me the Chargers.
Kind of like money line there. Give them that 1.5 points.
Yeah, it could be a 1-point game. -126 is safe.
It's right on the edge there. If it was any more, I probably wouldn't. The value wouldn't be there. But 126, I can rock with.
Huff, what do you think here?
After doing some long, hard thinking on this game, I really liked the Browns coming into it. I think the crowd at home, although the Chargers don't really have much of a fan base at all, I think being at home on the West Coast, I think the Browns, are going to have some trouble getting started. I think the Chargers jump out to an early lead with a small spread like that. I think they hold the early lead through the end of the game. I'll take Chargers to win this game right around 27-24.
Yeah, I like that score. So Chargers -1.5. Lock it in.
Do you like the over, Huff?
I don't know. I thought about it. I like Chargers -1.5 more than the over.
Fair enough. I don't think that's a bad thing to say. I know you're not an over/under guy. Neither am I. Mackie, I think, is the most over/under guy of us 3. Definitely not an over/unders guy.
I would lean over.
I mean, I'll play them if it's the right number. I think that's the right number for this game. If it was 45.5, I would love the over, and I know it's only a point, but like with over/unders in football, that's huge when points come in 3-point multiples.
They always come down to a point.
You know what I mean? I like the only sport I love over that I wouldn't say I love them. The only sport I play over/unders is NBA and basketball in general.
Oh my god, I hate over/unders in the NBA.
I don't mind. I'd rather an NBA than any other sport. Baseball, there's no logic behind it.
Yeah, anything can happen. But I'll take an under in a basketball game, and I'll be in the first quarter. They'll hit a 3, and I'll freak out. It's like you're stressed. Every time somebody scores a point, you're just stressing. And you're like, shit.
Yeah, I don't really take unders in the NBA. It's more just like overs when I like them. But back to football. Chargers -1.5. I think Herbert shows why he's one of the front runners for the MVP. I think he's going to show everyone why the hype's so high on the Chargers this year. I think they show the Browns who's going to be coming for them in the AFC, and they cover 1.5.
Yeah, and their only loss is to a really good Cowboys team. I mean, I know I might be a little biased here, but they've showed that they are one of the top teams.
Win that game. Like it's not even like they got blown out. They did almost win that game.
It was
Cowboys played
2017.
great. Cowboys are a good team.
Yeah, it was only 2017. Cowboys have showed that they're a credible team, one of the top teams in the league.
I mean, they proved that to me week 1.
So yeah, let's segue into that 4:30 game. New York Giants at the Dallas Cowboys. Cowboys favored at -7, money line -320, and the over/under at 52.5. Dallas is 7-1 against the spread in their last 8 games. Do we like the -7 here? I know the Giants always cover. Mackie always says it.
Giants always cover. I like Cowboys to win this game, obviously, and they're home. I can't see them losing this game to the Giants, but
good parlay booster.
It's just Giants always seem to cover. They, like, no matter how, it could be a 5-point spread, they'll lose by 4 on like a last-second touchdown. They always find a way to cover.
All right, I got my teaser for the week.
Let's hear it.
Let's hear it.
Taking Raiders from -5.5 to -0.5, basically on the money line.
-0.5.
Cowboys -7 to -2. You get both of those teams at -110. I feel way more confident. I think the Raiders are going to win that game. There's no way I don't see them win, or I can't see them winning that game.
That is a crazy good teaser.
What'd you say?
That is a really good teaser.
I love the Raiders to just win outright, -0.5, and the Cowboys -2.
Wow, I like it.
That's easily doable.
-110. I don't love -7 for the Cowboys, but I don't love +7. If anything, I'd probably be doing what you said. I'd probably be putting the money line in a parlay with someone else.
Yeah, -320, not that bad. Pretty good lock.
But that's kind of what I'm doing here. -2 money line. Like, come on.
Huff, are your teasers like profitable, or do you lose a lot of them?
I kind of hopped on teasers week 2. I'd say like week 1, but I didn't really place. Like, I only did like one. Week 1, I went crazy. I tried to do like a super safe one, and I gave everyone like 6 or 7 points, and I had one team get crushed. I think I gave the Giants points, and they lost to the Broncos like 17 to whatever it was. But it's like I've found I hit teasers when I stick to 2 legs. If I can keep it to 2 legs, right around +100, -110, I make money on teasers.
Yeah, I mean, I've never placed any teasers. I've never done those, but I've heard they're called teasers for a reason.
Yeah,
they're tough to hit, but I don't
know. That's why they're literally like, dude. My friend the one day was sitting there telling us, he was like, "Yeah, I take like every big money line or every big spread, and I drop it like 5 points." I'm like, "How many legs is your teaser at the end of whenever you hit place bet?" He's like, "Oh, like 7." I'm like, "Do you ever hit that?" He's like, "No."
It's just like making a 7-leg parlay. It's the same thing.
But it's +100. It's not even worth it.
Yeah, that is dumb. That is really.
You know what
dumb.
I mean? It's like, what are you sweating over that for?
That is really dumb.
You need 7 things to happen, and you make 1 unit.
I guess if you like do it like you do it, like 2-leggers, like they're profitable. But if you're like doing that, it's
yeah, it's dumb. Like the people that they think they're like, oh, I'm taking all the big, you know what I mean? Like they'll take like every favorite money line. I'm talking all 16, and they're like, oh yeah, this will hit 1 out of the 16 weeks. It's like, no, it's not.
No, it's not. You're gonna go 0-16.
Yeah, you literally lose every bet.
Love those kinds of people. And up next, we have the San Francisco 49ers at the Arizona Cardinals. We got the Cardinals favored at -5.5, the money line at -250, and the over-under sitting at 50.5. I got one trend for this game, and it's that San Francisco is 4-1 straight up in their last 5 games on the road. Do you think they're going to come out and play, beating the Cardinals for a +205 money line hit? I don't know if I see it.
Cardinals, last undefeated team in the league. Who would have thought that?
4:30 game on a Sunday. Again, yeah, you're right. Cardinals, last undefeated team, excuse me. Do you think they're going to keep it that way with this game? Huff, what do you think?
I don't think they're going to keep it that way. I think a divisional game. I know they're at home. I won't personally be betting this, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Niners go in there and win this game.
I agree.
I don't know if it's the fact that I can't see the Cardinals at 5-0, or if it's the fact that the 49ers have lost games that they've been in the entire game. 5.5 is a safe bet if you're taking a spread here. I would not go Arizona minus 5.5 personally. I like the Niners on the plus. Give them 5. I'd even go 6 if you want to. I'd feel a little better at an even 6, but it would not surprise me if the 49ers win this game outright.
Yeah, I like the Niners giving them plus 5.5 points here. I think 5.5 is very doable for them to cover. They might not come out on top, but it's going to be a good game. Nice divisional matchup.
I was going to say, the fact that it's divisional makes me think that 200 money line should be a little lower, but I don't know. I think that they're just riding the fact that Arizona's undefeated.
And it's such a competitive division, too. I mean, all 4 teams are
good.
Yeah, exactly.
And, like, in that kind of division, you're always going to have that one team that's, like, they have the 500 or maybe even a losing record, but it's because they have to play those teams 6 times.
Yeah, they have the hardest schedule in the league.
Yeah, like, I mean, like, everyone thought that was going to be Cincinnati this year. They thought they were going to be, like, the bad team that's doing good. Really, they're doing good.
They're 3-1. They lead the division right now.
Yeah, and, like, right now, the Steelers are 0-1 in the division. Who'd they lose to? Cincinnati.
If the season ended today, the Cincinnati Bengals are a 2 seed in the AFC.
That's sick.
It's crazy. And the Chiefs are not in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Chiefs, we got our Sunday night primetime game, Buffalo Bills at the Kansas City Chiefs. We got the Chiefs at -3, the money line at -148, and the over-under at 56.5. I think we're liking the Chiefs here. I'm liking the Chiefs here. Kansas City is 16-3 straight up in their last 19 games at home, as well as 5-1 against the spread in their last 6 games against Buffalo. Buffalo has some good stats straight up against the spread as well in their last 13, 11-2 straight up. 5-1 against the spread in their last 6 road games.
Give me Buffalo here. Getting 3 points. Buffalo has been the best team in the league by far, I think. They just won 40-0 against Houston. They had a tough week 1 loss to Pittsburgh, but they're 3-0 since. I think the Chiefs have been struggling this year. I don't think they're the same team as they were last year. I think they can find their groove and get back to that, but right now I don't think they are. And I like the Bills +3 here, or the money line at +126.
On the other hand, I'm going to take Chiefs -3. I think the Chiefs are going to come out swinging this week. I like the 5-1 against the spread in their last 6 games against Buffalo. Even though Buffalo's been doing well on the road recently, I think the Chiefs have it this week.
Yeah. Mackie, I'm personally going to have to disagree with you on this one. I think you saw this coming.
It's all right, I'll take it.
I think the Chiefs are going to win this game by more than 3. I think this spread is not big enough. Personally, I'm surprised it's not 3.5, leaning towards 4 with Kansas City at home, with the big numbers at home. I know they're not known to cover. They've been winning games, not covering. Last week they looked good against an inferior Philadelphia Eagles team.
30 points.
I also think the Bills, you said they're one of the best. They've looked like the best team in the NFL. The teams they're playing just aren't up to the pedigree of what I want from the Bills. I think they should be 4-0. They lost to a 1-3 Steelers team. Steelers look terrible. I think Buffalo, that was a loss that they should have picked up a win. Buffalo could be coming into this game 4-1. With that being said, I think they lose another one to the Chiefs here. I'm not sold too high on the Bills. Their defense isn't what I want it to look like right now. I'm not saying the Chiefs is, but I think Mahomes is going to show who he is and why he's going to get this season back on track on Sunday night.
I agree with you, Huff.
I do not.
A lot of clashing arguments here. Mackie, you got anything to combat?
Yeah, the Bills just had a 40-0 shutout, so I don't know why you don't think their defense has been up to par, but I think
against the 1-3 Texans with Davis Mills at quarterback. Can you name 3 players on the Texans starting offense?
Brandon Cooks. Fuck you. I still think the Bills cover here. I think they're good. Best team in the league right now.
The week before that, they beat Washington. The week before that, the Bills beat the Dolphins.
All blowouts, though.
No good teams.
Washington's pretty good.
The Washington's the best team they've played at 2-2.
And that's Miami with Tua.
If you want to call them a good team,
I think with Tua, they're a pretty good team.
I think they're hyped with Tua. I don't think Tua is
I
that
think
good.
they have a good shot at the wild card with Tua.
That's a different conversation, but I'll take Chiefs -3. Should be 4, but I'll take 3.
I am going to follow you, Huff, at 3. It looks like it may be moving to +3.5 in the Bills' favor. Not sure. We'll see what happens here later in the week. And let's move on to our Monday primetime game with the Indianapolis Colts at the Baltimore Ravens. We have the Ravens favored at -7, money line at -330, and the over-under at 46.5. The Colts are 6-1 against the spread in their last 7 games on the road in Baltimore. Weird game for Monday night. Do we like Ravens at the 7, or do we fade?
I kind of like the Colts at +7. Carson Wentz, I mean, he's doing all right. He's not doing awful. Colts haven't been having the best year, but 7 points is a lot, and I think they could definitely get that covered. I wouldn't say
this is a reach. If Carson Wentz is playing, I like Colts money line.
I don't disagree. I don't. A Monday night game. Weirder things have happened.
Yep, 265.
Maybe a little sprinkle. What about the 46.5, Huff?
I don't know.
I like the.
That's like right where it should be. I'm thinking like I don't know who, but someone wins this game 26-20.
I like the under. I think 24-17, something like that.
I like Colts +7.
I think Colts +7 is a solid, safe move to do.
I wouldn't make this pick though until you know the injuries with the Colts. They're like the most banged up team
still
in
up
the
in the
NFL.
air.
I mean, so are the Ravens, but the only position they're hurt at, really, other than Marcus Peters, is running back.
And that's going to wrap us up here for the NFL Week 5 season and what we got in the gambling world. Let's jump into the team card. For the team card this week, we have the Rams -2.5 and the Packers -3. For individual cards, for myself, I have the Chiefs -3 and the Eagles +3.5. Mackie, you want to go?
Yeah, for my picks, I got Chargers -1.5. I love Justin Herbert. I think he's covering 1.5. And then I got the Bills money line. I'm heavy on them. I also got I cooked up a little parlay. I got Cowboys money line at -320. The Raiders money line at -250. Ravens money line -330, and Patriots money line at -400. $100 payout, $199.
+199 odds. I think that's not a terrible parlay there. My parlay last week did not hit, but I'm hoping for yours to take the cake this week, Mackie.
Yeah, let's see it.
Huff, you want to read off your individual card?
All righty. For my portion of the individual picks of the team or the card, I'm going to be going with Titans -4. I'm going to be buying that 0.5 point and bring them down to -4. I feel way better about the -4 than the 4.5. But my second pick of the day, I'm going to be going with that Chiefs -3 at home on Sunday Night Football. I think they get it done.
Solid bets there, Huff. I think everybody's got some good bets this week. I'm really excited to see what we have. We want to talk about some baseball, some Wildcard Baseball that we have happening these past few days.
Go Sox. Big win last night against the Yankees. I had them first 5 +107, and then I had them full game +126 or something like that.
To be transparent, it is a Wednesday. We are recording on Wednesday. So we do have the Dodgers-Cardinals game tomorrow.
Tonight,
excuse me. I'm so sorry. Yes, it is tonight because the Red Sox and the Yankees game was yesterday. So what do we think about that game tonight? Huff, did you have Yankees yesterday?
Yeah, I had Yankees and under 8.5. Hit my under. Yankees lost. It's all right. You win some, you lose some.
I like the enthusiasm there. Anything on the game tonight?
There's so much value in the Cards +200. They've been the best team in baseball recently. I mean, they're just coming off a 19-game winning streak. Dodgers have obviously been just as good, but I mean, it's actually at plus 194. There's so much value there. Guess you could sprinkle it a little. Half unit.
Huff, what do you think?
I like the Cardinals on the run line. I think it could be a close game. Plus 1.5. It's sitting at minus 110. A lot of the times in baseball, when you're betting plus runs, you're betting a heavy minus on the bet. Usually sitting around like minus 146, 150. I think I like the Cardinals to win this game outright. I'm rooting for them to win this game outright. But I'm going to give them one run just in case. I like the Cardinals plus 1.5, minus 110.
Very solid. I'm going to follow you, Huff, with the plus 1.5. Just give them that little bit of security. I took a boost on FanDuel yesterday, plus 220 or plus 230 for the Yankees to win by 1 to 3 runs. I was watching it with Huff. Not a good game to watch. Red Sox came to play. Garrett Cole getting taken out early, and Yankees just switching out pitchers like there's no tomorrow.
He's a bum.
I liked him when he was on the Bucks and the Pirates for sure. Now that he had to
They
shave
taught
his
him how
face,
to use. They taught him how to use spider tack in Houston and ruined his career. Now he can't throw.
Well,
Exactly.
you pay the guy $327 million, and he can't even get through 3 innings of a winner-go-home game. He takes himself.
That's not the Yankees' problem.
He takes.
That's not the Yankees' problem. The Dodgers were going to pay him that anyway. I mean, if you want a guy, you got to pay him what you got to pay him. That's Major League Baseball. It's broken. There's no salary cap.
No,
These guys can
I'm not
say their
blaming-
number or whatever.
I'm not blaming the Yankees. I'm just saying you want to be worth $327 million. You can.
Oh, you're blaming Garrett Cole.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I'm just saying you're worth $327 million. You can't get through 3 innings. He actually.
No, yeah, I thought you were blaming the Yankees for paying him that. I mean, yeah, you can, but he was getting that money.
He's
no
getting
matter
that
where he went. Dodgers.
He was getting that money regardless.
Yeah, he could have went to Atlanta and gotten $300 million.
And that's going to do it for us here on this episode of Hit the Books podcast. Be sure to check us out on our various social media platforms. Instagram at hitthebooks.pod, Twitter at hitthebooks_pod, website at hitthebookspod.com for all the latest on Hit the Books. And be sure to always study hard.
Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.